The actions over the weekend, I believe, make this IEPA authority, this emergency economics powers authority that the president is using, more vulnerable to legal challenge. Because he is using this with the declaration that this is a national emergency. Well, is it or not, right? If you're actually carving out exemptions, a sort of Swiss cheese approach that Ambassador Greer actually had said about 2 weeks ago, if you're doing that, then it kind of undermines the entire basis for IEPA. So in some ways, I think actually the real story is that this is already a legally vulnerable, kind of maybe specious use of IEPA authority, probably is more vulnerable given the actions of the weekend.
Okay, hold on. This is actually fascinating to me. Who would then sue President Trump? And how long would it take for this to be undermined in a court of law, and would it be followed?
Yeah, so a couple of things. One is that there is already litigation in process. There are some trade associations that have already filed kind of the first steps towards litigation in terms of questioning this use of IEPA. But to your question, and this is obviously very pertinent to markets, this will take a while to go through the judiciary. There's not likely to be an injunction because you'd have to see irreparable harm, and I think that threshold is very, very high. I'm no lawyer, but I'm just saying.
You play a good one on TV.
From what our trade attorneys are telling us, it is that the threshold is high. However, this is, and again, I think a lot of trade lawyers, those who are actually attorneys, would say that this was already a very aggressive use of this statute. And again, I think today's or this weekend's actions make this more vulnerable.